Hello you guys, let's talk about 7.2, percents and proportions. So we're going to use proportions to solve these percent problems. So your book likes to call it, let's see, where A is the part and B is the base. So I'll use that too, but I think it's easier if you think of it as is over of equals percent over 100, okay? And along with your book, they're going to call the A is the same as the is, or the part, and the B is the same as the of, or the whole, or you can even think of it as B for base, so it goes on the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to use colors to kind of help you. See how I used red? A is, so underline that in red, and then the percent we're going to use green, and then the of, we're going to use blue. Okay, so take a look at example 1. What percent? So underline that in green. We don't know the percent. And then of is the base, the blue, and then is the red. That's the part. Okay, so set up your proportion. So is over of equals percent over 100. The is 5. The of is 9. I put that down here, equals P over 100. Now your book wants to use the algebra way to solve it. I think we're just going to use cross products, so I did it in the side. 9 times P gives us 9P, then bring down the equal sign, and 100 times 5 gives us 500. And then we're going to circle the P, bring down the wall, then divide both sides by 9. So our percent is 500 over 9, or you could write it as a mixed number, 55 and 5/9%. Remember, don't forget when they said what percent, we have to answer them with a percent. Okay, so take a look at the checkpoint. Number 1. What percent of 28 is 4? So with your green, underline what percent, we don't know it. With your blue, of 28, and with your red, is 4. So let's do is over of equals percent over 100. So put the 4 for the is, put the 28 for the of, equals P over 100. Now remember, before we do cross products, always simplify. So let's divide this side by 4 on the top and the bottom. So we get 1 over 7 equals P over 100. And now do the cross product. 7 times P equals 7P. Bring down the equal sign, and 1 times 100 gives us 100. So circle the P, bring down the wall. Let's divide both sides by 7. So P equals 100 over 7, or as a mixed number, 14 and 2/7%. You must put the percent on because they asked what percent. Okay, take a look at number 2. What percent of 80 is 30? So with your green, underline what percent, we don't know it. With your blue, put of 80, and with your red, is 30. So let's replace it. Is over of equals percent over 100. 30 over 80 equals percent over 100. Now let's reduce the 30 over 80, so it becomes 3 over 8 equals percent over 100. Let's do the cross products. 8 times P gives us 8P. 100 times 3 gives us 300. Circle the P with your red, bring down the wall, divide both sides by 8. So P equals, 300 over 8 is the same as 37.5%. And I showed my work over here. If you don't believe me, it's over there. Okay. Alright, so now let's find the is. Okay, so this example 2. What number is 15% of 300? So I'm still going to use my colors. Okay, the is going to be red. And since I used what, we don't know it. The percent is green, 15%, and the of is blue. So now I replace the number. Is, we don't know it, so let's leave it as A. Of is the 300, I put that in, equals 15 is the percent, okay? Now, your book, again, they wanted me to do it the algebra way. So they would circle the A, bring down the wall. You see dividing by A is touching the wall, or the circle, so you multiply both sides by 300. So I did it their way to show you that it was 45. But, you know, in our class, we like zippies. So go over here. If I had A over 300 equals 15 over 100, remember, circle the variable, shoot an arrow toward the circle like you're going to pop that balloon. And then look at the 100. If I wanted to make it 300, I would multiply by 3. bring that upstairs. So 15 times 3 is going to give me my A. Well, 15 times 3 is 45, so A has to equal 45. So again, I showed you this way by solving an equation or this way by a zippy. You can show either method in your homework, but if you zip, I want to know what you multiplied or divided by. Okay, take a look at example 3. You receive 189 votes, or 45% of the votes in the student council election. How many students voted all together? Okay, so total. Now this, the 189 is just a part of the total people that voted. So the 189 is the is, so I underlined that in red. And the total people that voted is the of, so I underlined that in blue, okay? And the 45%, of course, is the green, and I should have underlined that in green, sorry. All right, so let's set it up. Is over of equals percent over 100. Well, the is, the part, is the 189. The of, we don't know that, so make that a B, and I like to use capital B. And then equals, and then the percent is 45%. And of course, to write a percent as a fraction, it's 45 over 100. So now let's reduce the 45 over 100. We could divide both by 5 to make 9 over 20. So then I would do the cross products. B times 9 gives me 9B, and 20 times 189 gives me 3,780. And so now, circle the variable, bring down the wall. To get rid of the 9, we divide both sides by 9. So B would equal 420. So 420 students voted in that election. Okay, so look at checkpoint number 3. What number is 62% of 200? So the is in red, and we don't know it. The 62% is in green, it's the percent, and the of is in blue. All right, so is, I'll leave that as A, over of, the of is 200, equals 62%, which is 62 over 100. Now let's reduce that fraction, so that gives us A over 200 equals 31 over 50. And now we could do the cross products or zippy, whatever you feel comfortable with. This one I'm just going to do cross products. So 200 times 31 gives us 6,200. 50 times A gives us 50A. And then I circle the variable, bring down the wall, divide both sides by 50, so A equals 124. Okay, take a look at number 4. 117 is 78% of what number? So with my red, underline the is in red, underline the percent in green, and underline the of in blue. And then set up your proportion. Is 117 over the of, which we don't know, so let's call it B for base, equals, and then 78 over 100 for the percent. So now we could reduce 78 over 100 to become 39 over 50, and then do the cross products. So B times 39 gives you 39B, bring down the equal sign. 50 times 117 gives you 5,850, and then circle the B, bring down the wall, divide both sides by 39, so you get B equals, and then I showed you my work over here, 150.